I was recently asked on Instagram on my stories a question that I thought was a great question. The question was, how can one attract a rich man to take care of them? From my point of view, and this is just my opinion, I think that's a flawed logic. Here is why. Men know what they are doing when they flaunt their wealth with you. That's why they work so hard to attain the illusion of wealth. Or if they're actually wealthy, they will have no problem letting you know that right away. But here is what you need to understand about a rich man. A rich man can still be a very, very cheap man. What benefit is it to you if a man is rich but refuses to provide? What benefit is it to you if a man is rich but he isn't generous with those riches? And that is the reason that logic is deeply flawed. I always tell women I consult with to aim for a generous man, not necessarily a rich man. Why, you may ask? A generous man has no problem providing. He has no problem giving you anything and everything that you want and desire. But a rich man that is cheap will make it very difficult to give you things because he doesn't want to give them to you. So, aim for a generous man, not a rich man. Aim for a man that has no problem giving, whether they are rich or not. This deeply flawed logic that a lot of women have chasing rich men is exactly why a lot of women end up getting used. A lot of these rich men will flaunt their wealth. They'll make promises they know they can't keep because they know you are there because they are rich. So they will flaunt it, they will talk about it, and at the end of it all, when you have already slept with them, given them time and energy, you will reap no benefits from that relationship. If you have watched any of my last videos regarding dating and relationships, you know I always tell you not to chase. Well, dear, part of that is making sure you are not chasing any man just because you see that he has some kind of wealth or there's some kind of financial benefit for you. A man that truly wants you will never, ever, ever make you beg for anything. They will simply just do. As I've stated in previous videos, if he wanted to, he would. The flaw in just going after rich men is that you end up chasing their wealth. You end up putting more energy into them to attain that wealth. And sometimes those men are very aware that that's what's happening, and they will simply use you. They will sleep with you, and they will still give you nothing in return. So your job is to only give your energy to men that give. Remember, we are receiving, we are not chasing or giving. So, in my humble opinion, the only man you should be interested in and giving your time and energy to is a man that is willing to be generous with you, that is willing to give and provide and make sure you need for nothing. I married well, and one of the things I learned from marrying well is that I did the right thing by finding someone that wanted to be generous with me instead of me going into it hoping and praying that he will share his riches with me one day if I sleep with him or give more of myself to him. So instead of aiming for a rich man that is cheap and may not be generous with you, find a man that is generous. Find a man that wants to give freely, that loves you, that wants to freely give you love, time, attention, and everything in between, including sharing financial. If you only seek to be superficial and find a man with money, you cannot be upset when he is also superficial and only looking to use your body. So, ladies, aim for a generous man, not a rich one. And let me let you in on a little secret. I would rather marry an average man that is middle class and generous than marry a rich man that is cheap with me. Use your brain when dating and not the illusions you create in your own head. If you find a man that is rich and generous, that is wonderful. If you find a middle class man that is generous, that is wonderful. But either way, we are avoiding the dusties, the cheap men, whether they are rich or middle class. Avoid the dusties at all costs. If you marry a rich man and he loans you money, sis, get out of that relationship. If you marry a rich man or date a rich man and he wants to go 50-50 with you, sis, get out of that relationship. If you date a rich man that complains about spending money on you, sis, get out of that relationship. I hope my message was loud and clear. Aim high. And aiming high in this instance means dating generous, not necessarily rich.